I was not prepared for how hard postpartum life was gonna hit me. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lexi, and we're gonna talk about some postpartum struggles because, whew, let me tell you, postpartum life has hit me harder than I ever thought that it would after 3 kids. Like, this time I thought I was prepared, but I wasn't. It definitely was not prepared for how hard and challenging it was going to be to go through the postpartum life and also now have 3 kids to juggle. Like, mm-mm. So if you are going through the postpartum struggles right now, or maybe your wife, girlfriend, partner is going through it right now, this video is for you. Just sit back, listen, and know you're not alone, okay? Like that after newborn life is hard. It's hard to get adjusted to things, but just know I'm going through it too, and you're gonna be okay, okay? I thought I was getting some me time, but this is how that's going. But yes, my postpartum struggles, it really hit me hard this time around, and I truly wasn't prepared for it, honestly. Like, with my second kid, Jackson, it was way easier. I bounced back like that, like no issue. Lost weight while breastfeeding, like easily. The breastfeeding, no problems. The latch supply, like everything was just a breeze with my second son, my second kid, that I just thought, okay, the third time around, it has to be even easier because I already know these things and I'm prepared for them. So, it should be a walk in the park. But we all know with kids, things just do not work out that way. It's worse. I love my baby girl so much, but she is probably my most difficult baby. She's definitely a Velcro baby. I wasn't prepared for the whole she wants me all the time. Like, never wants her dad. She wants to nurse all the time. Never wants a bottle. She's just so hard to please. Not like her brothers. And that just kind of threw me for a loop because with them, I figured out things like I had little tricks to get them to soothe and calm down. And when it came to her, I just don't have any tricks, tips, anything. Like, I still feel like I'm just guessing. Whatever I throw to the wall and it sticks, that's what I'm using. I also wasn't prepared for the fact that I wasn't gonna go back to work because with Anthony and Jackson, I was a stay-at-home mom, so I knew I wasn't gonna go back to work, after I had them. With her, my plan was that I was gonna end maternity leave around 12 weeks and go back to a full-time job, and my husband was gonna take care of her because he was gonna work second shift. And that just fell apart, and I think that really threw me for a loop because I just felt so sucked in on this maternity leave. Like, I felt overwhelmed. You want Dr. Pepper? I felt overwhelmed. I felt lonely. I wasn't prepared for the challenge of juggling a 3-year-old toddler and a newborn. Like, oh my god. I just didn't know how difficult that was going to be, and Jackson's a toddler, so I shouldn't expect his behavior to be on point, but it drove me crazy, every day feeling like I have to entertain him and do all these things for him, and then meanwhile I'm trying to figure her out and learn her and nurse her, and then my laundry is going crazy, my dishes are piling up, the floor needs vacuumed, and then there's Anthony and all his stuff. I'm getting up with him, getting him ready for school, and then cooking dinner, and it all starts to add up and feel overwhelming. And I felt so great at first. Like, yeah, I'm super mom. I'm tackling all these things and I'm handling them without breaking down. But I think, after a while, you just realize you're only human. You're not a super mom. You're just one person. And it's hard to handle all these things. It's hard mentally, physically, and, emotionally. It takes a toll on your emotions. It wasn't long until I'm starting to feel burnt out, and instead of asking for help, I'm just letting myself silently drown, because at this point I'm feeling like a failure, like, oh, I can't keep up with all these things. So I'm feeling like I'm failing my kids, I'm failing my family, I'm failing my husband, and then that just sucks you into the deep dark hole of depression. That's not to mention, it wasn't helping that on Facebook, all I seen on the Facebook Reels was these postpartum routines, and they were like these wonderful, beautiful, like thought out night and day routines, and it's just like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, I'm just doing whatever. I don't have like a set routine, and these people are like, oh, look, this is the time my baby goes in the swing, and then I work out, and then I do my skincare, and it's just like, I cannot do that. I can barely care for myself, because to keep up on top of these things, I'm putting myself at the bottom, and, neglecting myself, and it's not sustainable. After a while, you go down. And in my last video, you can't tell, but the, those last couple weeks were probably like the darkest ones of my whole postpartum journey. I just couldn't cope with like not going back to work, and not having a lot going on outside of the house. I'm just nursing her a lot. I've got Jackson. It's all just adding up, and thanks to the depression, I'm feeling worthless. I'm feeling hopeless. Is that like I'm worthless? I feel ashamed of like all these negative feelings I'm having. I am feeling like my family and my kids would be better off without me as their mom. Like, everything, like, my mind is so dark, and just, I can't see a way out. I felt so sucked into this thought of I have no purpose beyond this, that I feel nothing. And in my last video I made, I was already so like depressed and down when I made that I wasn't taking care of myself. I just didn't care. I had no energy, and I was crying like just so much. It's crazy. I just don't think you can really be prepared for how postpartum is gonna affect you until you go through it. Honestly, I truly was not ready for like how the hormones were gonna affect me, how different it was gonna be to lose weight, especially breastfeeding this time, because I'm not losing it as easy, and I'm struggling with body image afterwards. It's hard to see these old pictures of myself where I was skinnier, and then see myself now and feel like a failure for not being there. And then, as I said, I'm wanting to just not take care of nothing, but I have to, take care of my kids. And I'm feeling so much mom guilt, because sometimes I'm snapping at them, I'm yelling at them, I'm just being irritable, and I feel guilty because they don't deserve that. They deserve me at my best, or at least me trying to be my best, and I feel like I'm letting them down. And then, not to mention, my marriage is just, it's like, I just can't even focus on that, because all these other things are taking up my mind, and I feel like I'm at odds with my husband, that, it's me versus him. Like, we're fighting each other without even fighting. And a part of me is dealing with all this anger and resentment that I didn't know I had towards him, because I feel like nothing's changed for him. It's all changed for me. And it sucks because that's my person and I want to feel that close bond like we had, but I just feel like I'm angry at you because I'm the one getting up with the baby and losing sleep and doing all these little things, and I feel like I'm drowning and I want you to help and see that I'm drowning and you're not. And it's just, it builds this anger, and I hate that. I literally hate that. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to have all this anxiety. I don't want to have all this dark depression. And so I'm trying my hardest to fight against these negative feelings. And so now I'm at the part where I'm just trying to learn how to cope with this, how to deal with like this anger and frustration and these negative feelings, because I don't want them to overtake me. I'll be able to enjoy the time I have with my kids and my baby. You know, I want to be able to have some good memories and not look back on like, glad that's over. The biggest thing I found to help with all this is, like, I'm sure every mom, everybody's heard it, is that you need me time. You need to find something for you outside of the home, whether it's like going to work out or getting a part-time job or going to a class, finding a little hobby. You need something for you. And I'm trying to find that for myself. I was working out there for a minute, but I don't know. I feel like that's what the nursing school is going to help with a lot, and I'm really, really, really excited to start with that. I really think that's going to help me, but you know, for you, it's whatever, you know, makes you happy. It makes you feel like you're you again. Go out and do that, and don't fall into the trap of you don't have time. Make the time. Your kids deserve the best version of you, and you deserve that time to yourself. Honestly, I used to try to tell myself like, oh, I can't leave the baby, you know, my husband, he just can't handle it, and make excuses. Don't. You need this. Trust me. I never realized how much I need that me time until I get out and have it. Then I'm just like, oh, we can have a deep breath and actually relax for a second. One of my favorite things to do is journal. I have this journaling app on my phone. I use it like almost every day. And you can put pictures in there and change the font and the background and stuff, and I love it. It feels like a little diary. But whenever I'm feeling really mad or like really stressed or just having like a bad moment, I go on my journaling app and just let it all out. And I feel not like 100 times better, but I feel a lot better than if I would have just held all that in. It feels so good to write out things, so I definitely recommend journaling. You also have to try to have some sort of support system, okay? That is really important. I'm sorry, I can't talk. But it is so important to have people you can ask for help or just talk to. And like I was saying, it's hard for me because my family lives so far and it's just really me and my husband. But I took a giant leap and I'm starting a play group for autistic kids, so I can hopefully meet other families like mine and build a support system or a village, because you really need that. It's hard to do it alone. Trust me, I've been trying and it ain't working. But you need other people that you can talk to that understand what you're going through and just you can lean on in hard times. And honestly, just give yourself grace, because postpartum, it's a difficult time, and I think a lot of women are under the impression that you have to bounce back immediately and just be the super perfect mom, that you don't have any struggles, that you love every single moment of motherhood, and it's just not realistic. And you don't have to be that mom. And there's nothing wrong with not being that mom. It's hard enough having a new baby and navigating that, and especially if you already have a family, adding a new baby to the mix, or just becoming a new parent and learning how it is to be a mom. Those are hard, and you have to give yourself grace. You're learning something new. It takes time. It takes time to fall into a routine. So please just know that you're doing a great job. You don't have to hold everything on your shoulders, and it's okay to ask for help. And I promise this time it will get better. So if you're a mom who's struggling with postpartum like me, just know you are doing an amazing job, okay? Doing great. I don't care if all you did today was keep the baby alive. That's awesome. You did a great job, and I love you so much. You're a strong woman. You're amazing, okay? We'll get through it. We are gonna get through this dark time together, okay? And that's all I gotta say today, guys. I really hope this video helped someone that's struggling, helped you to not feel alone, okay? Because even though I look like I have it all together and I'm happy all the time, it's just, I'm not. There's dark times, but there's also good times, and we're gonna get through those dark times, okay? I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching, okay? Alright. Bye, guys.